So I've learned a few things that it's either I've only found out during lockdown some of the things black people have been doing, or I have found out things that black people are now doing since lockdown. And I found out, guys, you can reverse an e-wallet. And I didn't know. I had no clue. I had not just any e-wallet. If you had to pay a bribe to a traffic cop and you explain to them, nah, man, but I get no cash. I don't have cash, man. Yeah, and they agree to an e-wallet. As soon as you've left, you can reverse that shit. I didn't know. Wow. Equally with side chicks. As soon as you've left the hotel, my wife might be watching. I was told, I found out this thing's love. It's not me. I don't have a side chick. So I found out you can reverse an e-wallet. For me, this was the biggest thing that I discovered during lockdown. I know it's not like a race thing, but I didn't know black people have also gotten it in it. Colon cleansing. Yeah. I found out it's actually beneficial for health reasons. This is how I found out. I was at the car wash, coincidentally, with a friend of mine from Limpopo, Sam. Limpopo guy, sort of unconventional, a little bit conservative, if maybe you want to put it that way. The guy goes to ZCC Church. That's how far sort of removed my friend Sam is. Besides that, he comes from 3 hours from anywhere. That's Limpopo. Limpopo is 3 hours from anywhere. It doesn't matter where you are. And I was quite surprised. Once or twice a week, we go to the car wash and we wash our cars. We discuss things. And then one day, Sam was like, hey, yeah, by the way, I booked us a colon cleansing. I'm like, hey? What? Oh, I'm like, Sam, wait, what? I'm like, okay, fine, Sam. He was gonna pay, so I was interested. So, can you explain this thing to me? I'm like, Sam, is it private? Yeah, it's private. I mean, except there's like an old lady there that talks you through it. Then there's a young guy that puts like the pipe up your ass. I'm like, huh? Yeah? I'm like, hold on, Sam. What? Like... So he keeps going, he's explaining it to me. I'm China. Hey, they come there, they put the thing, they open the... Then you can see all the shit that's in your body, that's in your system coming out. Then you can see, they tell you, yeah, here you see in 1993, you were at a Chisanyama in Tembisa. And then here you're at Mzoli's in Cape Town. And you had Vors. You see the difference between the quality of meat in Tembisa and the Vors you had at Mzoli's in Cape Town. And then here you started eating knickknacks. Yeah, and then you suddenly stop. And all this is, I don't know if it's a see-through pipe. I mean, I haven't been. He was sort of explaining. I don't know how long is the pipe. I have no idea. I don't know if it's like a pipe that just keeps circling and like you see all these things. I don't know if there's a screen. Maybe there's a screen that you can pause, you can PVR it, go back. You can fast forward and see your shit from the future. I don't know what, I've never been. But I found out this is a big thing. And then I was like, hang on a minute. This sounds like a spade. I don't know if there's a way or an English word, or if spade was an English word or an Afrikaans word. But I grew up, and back in the days, parents used to give their kids what they called a spade. It's got like the pipe, like there's a pipe thing that's sort of attached to what looks like, so it's like a smaller version of a basketball ball, but it's not as hard as a basketball ball. You can squeeze it, it's connected to the pipe, so you squeeze it, but then the parents would mix water with soap, but it has to be the green sunlight soap. Then you squeeze the thing, and then you squeeze out the soapy water with the green sunlight, the long one, right? Then they would, in my case, my parents or someone, and they would put the kid on their lap with their bum out, facing down. and then they'll just and put the spade in there. And they were pretty much, I didn't know then, they were colon cleansing us. But here we are today from the spade, which I'm sure the spade used to cost like 29 rand, because there was a time back in the days, especially during apartheid, it looked like everything cost 29 rand. So I'm sure the spade cost 29 rand. The sunlight was probably 3.99. They started cutting it in half. I don't know, they thought black people can't afford the whole thing, so they started cutting it in half. So you buy that on special, you buy the spade. The water in the townships then, I don't know if it was free or we were just not paying for it, but the water was also not that expensive. And today, here we are, we're doing the same kak, excuse the pun, but now we're paying like $400-500 a session for a spade. Basically, colon cleansing is like the spade that went to private school. It's like what that supermarket with the W has done with everything else. That they've taken the traditional old things that we used to do. They stole khamer from us and packaged it in very fancy bottles and are now calling it ginger beer. That's the supermarket that went to private school. I mean, what's next? You know, I'm sure now there's going to be YouTubers and influencers all over the place. How to colon cleanse without water. Because that's all YouTube is. 90% of YouTube is how-to videos. But all the videos are how to do something without. So if there's driving that just started happening, then how to drive without the steering wheel. That will be like a new thing on the how to colon cleanse with just ice. Ladies and gentlemen, I've done my time. My name is Telka. Thank you very much. Hey!